Welcome to Aught Concept, the channel where electric car newcomers and smart buyers alike get the most in-depth, honest, and up-to-date advice on tomorrow's cars today. If you're shopping for your first or next electric city crossover, you already know that 2026 is shaping up to be a game changer. And right at the heart of the affordable EV revolution are two of the year's most awaited debuts, the Škoda Epiq and the Kia EV2. These aren't just numbers in a list. They're the blueprints for how millions of Europeans will go electric in the next few years. Budget-friendly without feeling cheap, practical without losing tech cred, and designed for real daily life. So today, we put the Škoda Epiq and Kia EV2 head-to-head across every meaningful category, from exterior design and space to charging speed, app integration, warranty, and the things mainstream buyers actually care about. Strap in, because choosing between these two is harder than it looks. 1. The big picture. Why Epiq versus EV2? Never before have two brands so clearly gunned for the best first EV title. Škoda, drawing on Volkswagen engineering but always adding their simply clever twists, bets the Epiq will be the practical hero for value seekers, families, and commuters with a taste for no-fuss reliability. Kia, on the other hand, brings its EV game to an even lower price point than before, promising budget shouldn't mean boring, and wants the EV2 to be a style-conscious, digital-friendly city SUV for the next generation. Both target similar customers, modern, cost-conscious, urban-focused, with occasional weekend escapes. Each is built with the lessons of the last 5 years of electromobility in Europe. Neither feels like a compromise. But how do their strengths stack up? Exterior and first impressions. Škoda Epiq cuts a confident, grown-up profile for a car just over 4.1 meters long, a whisker shorter than a Fabia Combi, but much more upright. Pronounced wheel arches, a strong shoulder line, and functional roof rails make clear Epiq wants to be seen as a proper urban SUV, not a hatchback on stilts. The look is conservative but robust, with a fresh tech deck face and split LED headlights up front for instant Škoda recognition. Epiq's palette is European, think deep blues, grays, and pops of lime or orange for roof contrasts. Kia EV2, on the other hand, leans heavily into the futuristic minimal trend. Crisper, more angular than Epiq, its opposites united design language is all about simplicity and distinctive edges. Flush door handles, razor-sharp light bars, plastic-clad wheel wells, and a more coupe-like roofline give it a funkier, more playful attitude. Color options are bolder: neon green, sky blue, even two-tone options inspired by 80s sneakers. The EV2 is shorter, about 4.0 meters, but feels taller in stance and a touch wider on the road. Quick snapshot. Epiq screams common sense, VAG-style solid, easy to wash and resell. EV2 is the eye-catcher for those who want to stand out in traffic and in the company parking lot. Cabin experience and space. Open the door and both prove city EVs don't have to be cramped. Škoda Epiq's dashboard channels the new compact Enyaq, a floating 13-inch touchscreen, actual physical buttons for climate controls. Yes, Škoda listened. And a small but information-rich digital cluster behind the steering wheel. There's easy smartphone docking, wireless charging, USB-C galore, and signature Simply Clever features. A removable bin, hooks for groceries in the passenger footwell, under-seat storage trays, and a fold-out umbrella in the door. Cabin materials are durable, up to 80% recycled, with bright accent trims available. 3 adults across the back seat, cozy but doable for short city hops. Knee room and legroom are generous for this size class. Cargo? Here's where Epiq shines. About 490 liters seats up, thanks to a tall, square rear hatch, and a completely flat 1,300 liters with the rear seats down. Both figures better most rivals and make Epiq the pick for IKEA runs or baby strollers. Kia EV2 might be shorter, but punches above its weight. The digital dashboard divides between a high-res 12.3-inch infotainment and a digital cluster, integrated in a single floating panel. Touch-sensitive controls below the screen, dedicated climate toggles, and in upper trims, ambient LED lighting, and even a sound mood lighting system. Sustainable fabrics, vegan leather, and a monoform front bench option bring fresh thinking. Storage is clever. Tiered trays on the dash, deep door bins, and a hidden cubby under the boot floor. Boot space is a bit less, around 4 and 10 liters with the seats up, but a longer and lower loading area and a wide opening make getting stuff in easy. With seats down, you still break the 1,200-liter barrier. Comfort verdict: Epiq is the minivan. EV2 is the digital lounge. Range, charging, and battery tech. Here's where things get fascinating and a bit nerdy. Epiq uses the MEB entry platform, shared with VW ID2 ID2 All. Standard battery is projected at 38 to 45 kWh usable, with a range estimate of 350 to 400 km WLTP for the typical buyer, and even up to 420 km in the long-range option. DC fast charging? Yes, up to 120 kW, 10 to 80% in under 27 minutes. At home, 11 kW AC is standard. Preconditioning and charging schedule via app, including Skoda's intuitive plug-and-charge experience at Ionity and most big HPC networks. Kia EV2 answers with 42-48 kWh batteries, rumored 365 to 400 km range on upmarket models, and perhaps 300 plus kilometers for the base. The big difference: EV2's 400-volt architecture allows for a bit faster DC charging, up to 135 kW, 10-80% in 20-25 minutes. Standard AC charging is also 11 kilowatts. Kia's Kia Charge app grants access to one of Europe's broadest charging partner networks, with simple pay by app, navigation to the next station, and remote status notifications. Heads up, Kia leans a little ahead on charging speed and app slickness. Skoda has the edge in proven platform reliability. These are not hot hatches, but they're fun where it matters. Epiq goes with a single-motor front-drive setup. Power output of about 125 to 150 hop, 94 to 110 kilowatts, with enough torque to scoot from 0-100 km/h in somewhere between 9 and 10.7 seconds, plenty for all city needs. Regenerative braking is adjustable. Handling is predictably neutral, with a soft ride and tall tires for bad roads or speed bumps. Light, accurate steering and good visibility. No all-wheel drive option expected initially. Kia EV2 will mirror this: single-motor front-drive, base 112 horsepower, more, up to 145 PS on higher trims. Weight slightly lower than Skoda. Suspension is firmer. Kia targets a livelier, sportier vibe, and low-speed acceleration is sharper, 9.5 to 10.2 seconds, 0 to 100. Whisper quiet at city speeds, solid at highway, but road noise is a touch higher than Epiq on bigger wheels. Bottom line, Epiq rides softer, soaks up city cracks, and speed humps better. EV2 is perkier, more fun to dart through roundabouts. Running costs, pricing, eco-credentials. Škoda Epiq targets a base price under €25,000 with subsidies in select markets, high-value service plans, proven VW Group parts, and insurance classes aimed squarely at young drivers and urban households. Running costs are as low as can be found for a new EV. Kia EV2, entry price to match or even undercut Epiq, some say €22,500 expected for the base, with full-featured GT line top trims under €28,000. Korean reliability, low cost of ownership, and access to Kia's big European service network are strong plus points. Sustainability. Both cars use a high percentage of recycled or bio-based materials, low VOC cabin plastics and foams, and eco-packaging on many trims. Both are manufactured in European plants to minimize carbon shipping footprint. The intangibles. Ownership, personality, X-Factor, Škoda Epiq. You get dependability, subtle, clever design, and grown-up minimalism. Drivers say it feels safe, easy to use, ideal for families or those who just want an EV to work. No drama, super practical, and ready for a decade of hard use. Not the car for show-offs, but one you'll respect more every week you own it. Kia EV2. This is the cool, fun city car, designed to make you smile and stand out. The digital features and styling are there to wow first-time EV buyers, creatives, and urban explorers. Less boot, less substance, but more delight when you spot your car among the generic crowd. Kia's after-sales and app ecosystem is younger, more flexible, and the short wheelbase makes it super easy to zip into micro-parking spots. Which should you buy? So Epiq versus EV2. Both are winners, but for different drivers. If you prioritize outright practicality, reliability, space, and want an electric companion with zero stress, the Epiq will likely become the new standard bearer among sensible, value-first buyers. If you want to express yourself, love digital life, appreciate bold design, and are happy with a touch less space for maximum fun, it's got to be the Kia EV2. But honestly, both the Škoda Epiq and Kia EV2 are proof that the age of affordable, desirable, and truly useful electric cars for everyone is finally here. So what's your pick? the practical, clever Czech, or the funky, tech-filled Korean? Drop your choice and your questions in the comments. If you enjoyed this in-depth face-off, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and keep it tuned to Auto Concept for more real-world EV insights, big comparisons, and future mobility. Today. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep driving smarter with Auto Concept.